PTs. Right now, September 12th, 6:29 p.m. We could record a TV. TV.
The judge noted the good progress he's making in his drug program. His record will be cleared if he stays out of trouble for 18 months.
Your Honor, I appreciate this opportunity, and I intend to make the most of it.
His father, of course, overcame a long history of arrests and incarcerations on drug-related charges.
I had a really serious, sick love affair with cocaine.
But after years of abuse, Robert cleaned up his act, reclaiming his Hollywood A-list status for the Iron Man films, something the judge referred to today.
Well, I think you might have contact or insight as to one superhero, that's Iron Man. So I think if you have contact with that person, that can give you insight on ways to help you make sure you do this well.
And Indio will have a status update February 20th. And now Sean joins us with the continued fallout in the Ray Rice abuse case.
Billy, I have some statistics for you. The National Coalition Against Domestic Violence states that 1 in every 4 women will experience domestic violence in their lifetime. Robin Givens knows this all too well, having suffered abuse while married to Mike Tyson. This morning, Robin spoke to Maria Shriver on the Today Show and was able to find a silver lining in Jenny Russell's horrific incident.
I have to say wholeheartedly, in 2014, this conversation has become a different conversation because of that video. How difficult it is for this poor woman. She would help myself and other women just legally know that this is indeed possible. But this does happen. I would not scare them if it had been on tape. Those elevators being dragged in the hallway. If that had been on tape, then it's a different conversation all of a sudden. Well, do you understand what Janae is saying? I do. It's hard for me to say this happened to me. In many respects, it was terrible that I said it. You're not supposed to tell. So I think that she's got a lot of things that she's dealing with. You want to protect your man. You understand about it. Do you think this would just be like so many stories we're talking about it this week, but next week it'll be forgotten? This is what I've always felt. I've always felt that when men get involved in this conversation, not just women, but when men are involved, and when men say, this cannot happen, it's not cool, we're not accepting it, it is a game changer.
2 years ago, I challenged the NFL community and all men to seriously confront the problem of domestic violence.
CBS Sports host James Brown was already at the forefront of Robin's call to action. He opened last night's Thursday Night Football broadcast, which featured the Ravens versus the Steelers with some eloquent and powerful words.
Now let's be clear, this problem is bigger than football, and it starts with how we view women. Our language is important. For instance, when a guy says, you throw the ball like a girl, or you're a little sissy, it reflects an attitude that devalues women. And attitudes will eventually manifest in some fashion.
You've been down that road before, and you've evolved since. What have you learned from that?
Chris told MTV News that he speaks to a therapist twice a week and that he's thought about making choices to help control anger.
So that's what you would say to Ray Rice or anybody else?
Yeah, Ray or anybody. Yeah, because I'm not better than the next man, so I would say I've been down that road and, dealt with situations and I made my mistakes.
And a striking number of female fans here who are wearing Ray Rice jerseys tonight.
Many women continue to support Rice in last night's game, as the Washington Post found out.
You make mistakes, you get over them. We don't need America to judge him.
I think the Ray Rice being the sacrificial lamb, I'm a little disappointed in that. I think his wife is just as much to blame.
He's human, and I support him. He should be held to a higher standard of responsibility because people look up to him and adopt his behavior. And what he did was wrong.
Notice that last fan did not wear a Rice jersey, but 6-year-old Bryn did own the number 27 shirt, so her dad turned Rice into nice, making it read, "Be nice to girls."
They want to make sure Bryn understands the meaning behind the message.
They know that no matter how mad they get, no matter how frustrated they get, they're never to hit anybody. Not hit a boy, not hit a girl, never hit anybody.
And today, domestic violence survivor and advocate Minnie Leakes told me exclusively her thoughts on the Ray Rice scandal. She said, quote, domestic violence is not a mistake. It's not love. It has no race, no age, no class, and should have no future. Doing it very well.
Holy mackerel, perfect. All right, Sean, thank you very much. And now to some Clooney wedding news. What, is Amal out and you're in, kid?
I'm in, Billy. Let the world know. But I do want to say, I don't like to point fingers, but some other shows reported yesterday that Clooney and Amal were set to tie the knot today at a registrar office in West London. But according to a notice hung outside Chelsea Old Town Hall today, that is not the case.
The notice says we are not conducting the wedding of Mr. Clooney at this office today, Friday, 12th September. The office posted the notice in an attempt to persuade photographers to leave their posts outside.
Well, all this happened because you remember Loose Lips Clooney made his wedding plans very clear at Celebrity Fight Night in Italy.
I've met my bride-to-be in Italy, and I will be married in Italy soon, in a couple of weeks. And I would just like to say to my bride-to-be, Amal, that I love you very much.
Oh, my God.
And I can't wait to be your husband.
You know, if I'm not mistaken, I believe that is the voice of Matt Damon. I think that was Damon.
Damon.
Now to Oscar Pistorius. Yesterday, a judge found Oscar not guilty of murder or premeditated murder, but when it came to a lesser charge, that same judge leveled a guilty verdict. Oscar, flanked by at least half a dozen police escorts, left the courtroom very slowly following the verdict, making his way past the crush of cameras and a massive crowd of screaming people not saying a word.
Mr. Pistorius, please stand up.
Inside the courtroom, the judge gave her long-awaited ruling, finding Oscar guilty of culpable homicide, avoiding the more serious charge of murder. The judge said Pistorius did not behave like a murderer.
He acted promptly in seeking help soon after the incident. He shouted for help. He called 911.
NBC's Jeff Rosen joins us from Pretoria right now. What was the reaction like in the courtroom today when the verdict was read?
I looked over at the parents of Reva Steenkamp, the victim, and it was like a truck hit them. I mean, you could tell how devastated they were.
And is it inconceivable that he spends 0 time in jail when sentencing comes October 13th?
Sentencing for culpable homicide, Billy, is anywhere from 0 days in jail up to 15 years in jail. So the judge has huge discretion here. Oscar Pistorius may spend no time in jail at all because the prisons here in South Africa are 170% overcrowded. In fact, most defendants, many of them who are convicted of culpable homicide in this country, actually get suspended sentences.
You did an exclusive interview with Reva Steenkamp's family after the verdict was read.
I really don't care what happens to Oscar. It's not going to change anything because my daughter's never coming back. He's still living and breathing, you know, and she's gone forever.
Obviously, they think that Oscar is guilty, but they said they'd like to sit down with Oscar. What would they like to communicate to him?
They, believe it or not, want to come face-to-face with Oscar Pistorius. They say they're ready now. Before the trial, they admit Oscar Pistorius came to them and said, I want a private meeting with you to apologize. They weren't ready. They say now they're ready. They want to sit across from him, and they say they want the truth. It's not about revenge. They just want the truth. They feel like they didn't get it in this trial.
I just don't feel that this is the right sentence. You know, they believe his story, and I don't believe that story. And she died a horrible death. A horrible, painful, terrible death. And she suffered, you know? And he shot through the door, and I can't believe that they believe that it was an accident.
Jeff also says there's the feeling that Oscar Pistorius could make a comeback and live a full, productive public life. For now, he's free on bail. Coming up, abusing substances since she was 8 years old. It took 15 years of recovery for Amber Valletta to feel ready to share her whole truth.
I just don't believe it's about willpower. If I could have stopped, I would have stopped. But first, no smooth, but a softie too. When you dropped them off at school.
Yeah.
Did you cry? Did you cry? And how Usher is still there for Justin Bieber.
This fall, the wonder of winter continues.
Isn't she just amazing?
For crying out loud.
And the critics agree. Dolphin Tale 2 is a fun family adventure.
Crazy bird.
It's uplifting and full of surprises.
I certainly wasn't expecting this.
Me neither. I just want a nicer time.
It's the best family movie of 2014.
That's fantastic.
Dolphin Tale 2, rated PG.
Reignite the youthful light of your eyes with Estee Lauder's new Advanced Night Repair for Eyes. Our Youth Light Measurement, a worldwide first, shows a 25% improvement for a more youthful, vibrant, brighter look to your eyes. New Advanced Night Repair for Eyes, the latest breakthrough from Estee Lauder. Now at Estee Lauder, get your free gift with a purchase of $35 or more. Only at Macy's, your skincare destination. 17-year-old Equalizer star Chloe Grace Moretz graces the cover of Teen Vogue's Hollywood issue. In it, she discusses her new friend, Brooklyn Beckham.
For almost 4 decades, San Antonio Shoemakers has crafted shoes to perfectly fit your feet and your life. Come in and see the amazing styles and world-class comfort now at San Antonio Shoemakers. 12 Dallas-Fort Worth area locations.
In the Texas courtroom, Greg made the case against our children. He fought for $5 billion in cuts to education made by his insider buddies. And now, Abbott's proposing giving standardized tests to 4-year-olds. Heard enough? Wendy Davis. She'll reduce the number of standardized tests our kids take across the board. She'll cut bureaucratic waste, and Davis will use education to build an economy for all hardworking Texans. You decide who'll be best for Texas.
Mike Ducey kicks off a day of action with the latest news and views on your Cowboys and more. It's Football Sunday at 10:30 a.m. Brought to you exclusively by your local Nissan dealer. Choose Nissan today for great offers on our most exciting lineup ever. Shop ChooseNissan.com. Saturday at noon on Fox 4. Brought to you locally by CompareNow.com.
For almost 4 decades, San Antonio Shoemakers has crafted shoes to perfectly fit your feet and your life. Come in and see the amazing styles and world-class comfort now at San Antonio Shoemakers. 12 Dallas-Fort Worth area locations.
Sean, after repeated requests to touch Usher's famous abs, you got the chance in 2004.
Okay, that was quite a while ago. I don't ask to touch abs that much anymore. You know, I could have broken a nail on that six-pack. Today, though, Usher is hotter than ever, coming off a successful season on The Voice. Plus, his music career is on fire. He is the father of 2 boys, ages 5 and 6, and underneath Usher's hard abs, he looks softy when it comes to his son. When you dropped him off at school, did you cry? Did you cry?
Inside. I cried inside.
Because we can't see Usher cry now.
Hey, no, and you know what? If I didn't cry, you should work. Of course I cry. Okay. Every man should. You know what I mean? Crying isn't a show of weakness.
That's right.
You know, it's an expression of emotion.
At 35, Usher the Dad is also perfecting his dazzling moves, emotions, and vocals for the upcoming You Are Experience tour, presented by Live Nation, kicking off in November. All of it comes on the heels of his 3-year hiatus. How excited are you to get back on the road?
I'm ready. I've been ready.
Instead, Usher's more focused on taking to the road, electrifying crowds, giving a taste of what he has to offer, i.e. this week's Fashion Rocks. This tour will be different from other tours that you've done.
Absolutely. Well, every tour is different.
Right.
You know,
but you're taking this to a different level, isn't it?
Well, most of them are dedicated to, I guess, the album at the time. It's about the experience.
Well, everybody knows that, you discovered Justin Bieber. Will he make an appearance during the tour? That caginess says it all. Usher kept those details close to the vest. But one thing is certain, the bond between Justin and him is solid. Have you reached out to him? Have you been able to, give him some advice?
Of course. What may be perceived today as a lot, may be a lesson. A lot comes with the success of being an artist, but the responsibility that comes with it is what I try to remind him of. Popularity, it can hurt you, or it can help catapult you for something greater. You know, I try to be a friend to him. I try to be a big brother, that mentor in some way. I don't know if that is what he really wants to hear all the time, but just to be there, be supportive is what's more important than anything.
Usher, a good guy to have on your side. And tickets for Usher's You Are Experience Tour are on sale right now. Liz, I've already put in our bids for it.
Nice. I like that you're thinking ahead.
No, we're looking apps on the right.
Straight ahead, after going through hell and back with her own addictions, Amber Valletta's invaluable insight on the drug abuse epidemic.
That's the biggest problem here, to be honest.
Then Heidi shares a helping hand.
So many parents, that are sick too weak to get up in the morning.
Why it would make Joan Rivers proud. Plus a very revealing lightning round with Adam. The one must-have on the road. It's next.
There's a gap out there that's keeping you from the health care you deserve. At Humana, we believe the gap will close when health care gets simpler, when frustration and paperwork decrease, when grandparents get to live at home instead of in a home. So let's do it. Let's simplify health care. Let's close the gap between people and care.
See why Utopia is the best reality show of all time.
I asked for another chance. Take that and throw it in the garbage.
Utopia, tonight at 7 on Fox 4.
Gordon returns to his worst kitchen nightmares. Oh no.
To see who's still cooking and who got burnt.
I'm so fantastic.
Kitchen Nightmares, tonight at 8 on Fox 4.
Got to go to Frisco. Got to get a new ride. Got to see the same. Got to get the Frisco vibe.
You gotta go to the Jeep Celebration event at the all-new Frisco Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Drive Jeep Cherokees, $188 per month. Or Jeep Grand Cherokees, $288. Plus, ask about the Frisco Pie. You gotta go to the Jeep Celebration event at the big corner of 121 in Preston.
Got to go to Frisco Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram.
You work. I get it. But going back to school is hard. Because you work. Now, Capella University offers a revolutionary new way to get your degree. It's called FlexPath, and it's the most direct path, leveraging what you've learned on the job and focusing on what you need to know, so you can get a degree at your pace and graduate at the speed of you. FlexPath from Capella University. Learn about all of our programs at capella.edu. Sports Sunday with Mike Ducey. Big plays, big name guests, and plenty to talk about. First at 10, Sports Sunday on Fox 4. Presented by Clay Cooley Automotive. Visit ComeSeeClay.com.
Everyone knows the InTouch Credit Union Playing on Balloon Festival is September 19th through the 21st.
Soar with Fox 4 thanks to these great community partners.
Where'd you get that from?
I always bring my guitar with me.
By the time I'm 18, I moved to Europe, and I found cocaine and alcohol, and whew, I was good to go.
Addicted to alcohol and drugs at age 18, but Amber Valletta, a top model back in the 90s, showed signs of dependency at a far earlier age.
Well, Amber tamed her addiction at 25, and now at 40, she's ready to address her struggle. She sat down with us and revealed that addiction was an inherited condition.
I would have been an addict no matter what.
She's been the face of Gucci, Versace, and Giorgio Armani. But while traveling the world as a teenage supermodel, Amber Valletta was also living the life of an alcoholic and cocaine addict.
It's in my DNA. I mean, I started trying to get outside of myself very little, so.
At 8 years old, you said.
Yeah.
What was that feeling like, and what were you doing?
The first thing I started doing was like hyperventilating to pass out. I don't know, sniffing magic markers. I don't know the weird stuff the kids do, but I definitely took it a step further. I do believe I'm predisposed for it. It runs on both sides of my family. It's physiological. It is not, and it's also in the brain. I just don't believe it's about willpower. If I could have stopped, I would have stopped. I'm a very strong person. I'm a very powerful woman. I can do many things, but that I could not conquer.
You handled it at 25 years old. Do you think you could have spoken about it at 27 or at 30? Or is it now the time because you've had 15 years of living in recovery?
Absolutely. It's about the 15 years of recovery that I have the, 15 years of sobriety and kind of the wisdom of living life on life's terms and knowing how to stay sober and be of service to other alcoholics and drug addicts. I wouldn't have been able to do it. I had too much shame. And I don't have any shame anymore. Why should I be ashamed? I haven't done anything wrong.
Married to former Olympic volleyball player Chip McCaw, Amber offers a unique perspective when discussing the subject with her 13-year-old son, Auden.
I just tell him, like, it runs in your family, and you definitely need to be careful. One thing can be addictive first time. Pain pills and all the pills they're prescribing now, you know, for anxiety, this and that. That's the biggest problem here, to be honest. In America, the biggest problem with addiction is the pills, the prescription pills.
At age 40, Amber has carved out a successful career in Hollywood. She's currently starring alongside Sean Bean in TNT's drama series, Legends.
A lot of times addicts, you know, migrate to something else. Where do you get the high or the kick, or have you learned to not need one?
Life is intense as it is, so I don't look for those same highs. I'm more comfortable now being peaceful and kind of calm than I am being like high and crazy as a kite, you know? It's like, I kind of want to be here.
Where is this new boyfriend of yours, Heidi? We must address this. Where is this man?
He's in Hampton. He's in Hampton.
Is it love?
It is love.
That's about all Heidi Klum will reveal about her new man, Vito Schnabel. But Heidi is very giving when it comes to helping those in need, and Liz brings us that story.
Yes, Billy, a charity near to Heidi's heart, and also a favorite one of the late Joan Rivers, shows that Heidi's beauty isn't just skin deep.
So many parents, you know, that are sick 2 weeks to get up in the morning, don't really, you know, have the energy to cook or make breakfast for their children.
Heidi Klum brings her culinary skills to the New York kitchen of God's Love We Deliver, a group that brings fresh meals to people who are too sick to shop or cook for themselves.
I've delivered meals to families before. I've cooked in the kitchen many times. I went with Tim Gunn. We did it together one day, which was a lot of fun.
Klum has been supporting God's Love for 10 years and helped to kick off their new family breakfast push. The busy mom of 4 makes sure her own kids start the day off right.
My New Year's resolution was to have a fresh smoothie with my kids every morning. Because when they go to school, I don't know if they toss their lunchbox somewhere, if they swap their meals or whatever they do. So I know at least that already went in. I watched that go down.
Coming up, ladies, Luke Bryan and Adam Levine in the final 45. Need we say more? Next.
You smell the cheese in the air?
I do. I thought there was a lot of cheese on the cheesy puff chicken sandwich, but you clearly went all out here.
Well, 'tis the cheese-it, my friend. If not now, then when?
Yeah, well, maybe never, but...
In case I haven't already said it, cheese-and greetings.
You said it 3 times already, but thank you. I'll take it again, yes.
Okay, gotcha. Doesn't get cheddar than this.
Cheese it up with the Cheesy Pub Chicken Sandwich and save room for creamy cheesecake bites. This is how you Sonic.
We need to break up.
Is it the biting? Because I can stop.
No. I love you and your show. It's cable.
Customers are more satisfied with you first. Switch and we can stay together forever.
Forever? Ow! Not gonna lie to you, it's also the biting.
Break up with cable. Choose Uverse TV for $19 a month for 2 years.
Call it heads.
So, we choose chicken tenders.
Now let's have a nice, clean shopping trip.
Friends. Football. Food.
First down.
Kroger can help you save on all the game day favorites you need to feed your home team.
Great for grilling. Strip steaks are just $4.99 a pound in the Super Value Pack. And the 3-pound bag of clementines is $3.99. Great food, low prices at Kroger.
Hollywood headlines on the go. Check out AccessHollywood.com on your mobile device.
Shopping for car insurance is confusing and takes too long. With over 200 companies saying they're the best, where do you start? That's why we created CompareNow.com. Hi, I'm Andrew Rose, CEO of CompareNow.com. At CompareNow.com, you enter your information once and instantly see multiple real quotes side by side for free. If you're going to spend 15 minutes, go to CompareNow.com and really save. That's CompareNow.com. Real, unbiased comparison.
Closed captioning and other considerations for Access Hollywood provided by...
So you used the wrong flea killer. Don't blame him. Instead, rely on Frontline Plus. It kills adult fleas and ticks, plus flea eggs and larvae, destroying future generations. Ask your vet about Frontline Plus.
Oh, yeah. Hey, everybody here got the lunchtime blues. They need to be inspired.
Something better than the rest.
New Lipton peach iced tea. With banana and cheese on it. Taste of sunshine there. Deep down and you believe the taste of peachy on the day.
I gotta have that bag. Italian leather for an amazing deal.
How much? 2 stores, 2 amazing ways to score. TJ Maxx and Marshalls.
Final 45 time.
If you wanna call me, call me, call me.
Smash hits like Crash My Party helped country superstar Luke Bryan earn 3 CMA nominations, including Entertainer of the Year. On Access Hollywood Live this morning, we announced he will perform on the CMAs November 5th on ABC. He's also playing a sold-out Madison Square Garden tonight and Brooklyn's Barclays Center on Sunday. Just to get you ready real quickly for Brooklyn, can you say how you doing?
How you doing?
I like it. And Maroon 5 is gearing up to hit the road in February. Sean put Adam Levine through a 5-question speed round in honor of his band's album 5. Bye-bye.
The one must-have on the road.
Yoga mat. I have to have a yoga mat.
Favorite snack?
I don't know, I'm getting pretty good at smoothies. Frozen bananas, coffee beans, a little protein powder, some dates. I'm telling you, it's a different level.
The number of tattoos on your body.
I really only have 1, 2. Poor mother.
On North Texas teen's remarkable recovery from the gymnastics fall that almost killed him, but damaged his brain. Watch Fox 4 News first at 9.
It's TNT Ferris's new best friend, and its massively ridiculous price tag.
Rooms To Go became America's premier furniture company thanks to one simple, revolutionary concept. Our complete room packages. This is how it works. Start with a great sofa at a great price. Add the matching love seat, 3 select tables, and 2 beautiful lamps. Designed to look great together. And when you buy the whole room, you save even more. Plus, there's over 1,000 packages to choose from, so decorating is easy. Rooms To Go. Our name says it all. It's California Closet's door and drawer savings through August 31st. Save up to $500 on all of the beautiful doors and drawers with your new California Closet system. Visit CaliforniaClosets.com to schedule your free design consultation.
You've got to go to the Frisco Ram Kickoff to Savings event. Rush to the big corner of 121 in Preston. Save up to $12,500 on Ram 1500 Lone Stars or the 2015 Chrysler 200. Only $188 a month during the Chrysler Great American Drive event. Plus, 0% APR financing comes through in the clutch. You've got to go to Frisco Ram, your DFW Ram headquarters and proud supporters of Texas football on the big corner of 121 in Preston.
2-623-9998.
Looking for one of these?
Play. Smooth, creamy, and praised by the whole family.
Some sofa and get it in just 3. High sofa at Rooms To Go. Just choose your style.
And you want to get an MBA. But going back to school is hard. Because you work. Now, Capelli revolutionary. And it's the most leveraging what you've learned on the job and on what you need to know, so you can get a degree at your pace and graduate at the speed of FlexPath from Capella University. Learn about all of our programs at capella.edu.
The accused is with premeditated murder. In respect of this charge, the evidence is purely circumstantial.
In his own country, he is a superstar like no other.
He was the guy that defeated all the odds.
When he ran, he set the track on fire.
He was to run, he was running to win.
The stunning murder case against Ron. He was charged Thursday with murdering his girlfriend.
Once the darling of the media, the track star of the Olympic.
It's a case that's riveted the world. The Blade Runner. Killing girlfriend.
You refer to this incident.
ได้ยินไหมสับปะรดก็ยังมีนะอุ้ยลูกนี่อร่อยมากส่วนหัวมันอยู่ก้นกล่องนะ
Here you have this Olympic hero and this beautiful, graceful woman.
Hi, I'm Oscar State tonight.
He said to me that Uncle Mark, I loved her. When he said it, he
You fired at Riva. I did not fire at Riva.
This is Oscar Pistorius' bathroom where he shot and killed Riva Steenkamp.
Oscar is not a cold-blooded murder.
I am of the view that the accused acted too hastily and used excessive force.
I don't know what triggers somebody to do that. It's hard for me to speak of it, but to me there's no excuse for it at all. Zero.
He put me through hell. He was verbally abusive, very emotionally abusive.
The people that I think are at greatest risk just now are those full-blown narcissists, the ones that are so full of themselves.
I begged him on numerous occasions to go for counseling, and he just never.
The unanimous decision of this court is the following. On count 1, the accused is found not guilty. Instead, he is found guilty of culpable homicide.
I certainly don't think that this will be hailed in the world as a triumph of South African justice.
Finally, it was over. The trial that captivated the world. The triumphant athlete, a hero who always seemed to beat the odds. Yet this challenge was even greater, as Oscar Pistorius stood accused of murder.
Mr. Pistorius, please stand up.
In the packed Pretoria courtroom of Judge Thokozile Masipa, the Blade Runner confronted his fate.
Guilty of culpable homicide.
In layman's terms, manslaughter. According to the judge, Oscar Pistorius did not intentionally kill Riva Steenkamp, but acted negligently in firing 4 shots through his bathroom door. Riva's parents, June and Barry Steenkamp, seemed stunned. Her friends wept. Pistorius, who had sobbed like a child throughout the trial, now silent and stoic. The reduced guilty verdict washed up. Pistorius made his center stage in the saga that has become a nation's real-life soap opera.
That's a big burden of our shoulders at Oscar.
Oscar's Uncle Arnold gave the family's initial reaction.
We would really like to show how deep grateful we are for Judge Masipa that has found Oscar not guilty of murder. It won't bring Riva back, but our hearts will go out for her friends.
Riva's mother spoke out to an American television network.
Shocked, disappointed. You know, your heart drops because you just want that.
Throughout the tense 2-day verdict process, Pistorius was emotional, seemed overwhelmed, shattered.
The accused was a very poor witness.
Judge Mr. of event, and that zipper.
He said that he had no intention to shoot at anyone, as he had a loaded firearm in his hand. The state clearly has not proved beyond reasonable doubt that the accused is guilty of premeditated murder.
The countdown to justice was long and deliberate.
Riva doesn't have a life anymore because of what you've done. She's not alive anymore.
Oscar Pistorius, the fabled Blade Runner.
Oscar Pistorius is
his athletic achievements captivated millions. Stood accused of murdering his beautiful girlfriend. A woman with a talent poised to match her dreams.
Hi, my name's Reva.
Reva Steenkamp, a model and reality TV star, shot dead on Valentine's Day 2013. 4 shots through the bathroom door of Oscar Pistorius' bedroom.
I did not fire at Reva.
Throughout the 41-day trial, Pistorius came undone.
The story doesn't answer the question of why.
As prosecutor Harry Nell, nicknamed the Bulldog, proved relentless.
His intention when he fired those shots was to kill a human being.
Nell hammered home his version of events. This was not an act of panic, it was murder.
He was fixated on this anxiety and this vulnerability, on this intruder. He was fixated on that.
Vulnerable in the dead of night without his prosthetic leg.
His version is consistent.
That's how defense attorney Barry Rue described Pistorius. Convinced a stranger was in his home, the Olympian panicked.
The trial has been all-consuming for everybody in South Africa.
South African talk show host Jen Sue is a friend of Pistorius. She found the idea Oscar was a killer unimaginable.
It's difficult because I'm with friends and they strongly disagree with me.
She wasn't alone. Day after day, as he attended court in Pretoria, it was evident for many, 27-year-old Oscar Pistorius remained a national treasure, a hero, and inspiration. When this marathon ended, Pistorius was just one of 37 witnesses, but it was the Olympian who Harry Nell took to the mat.
I don't have to look at a picture, I was there.
You killed a person, that's what you did, isn't it?
I made a mistake.
You killed Reva Steenkamp, that's what you did.
It would fall to veteran Judge Masipa to navigate through it all. In the South African system, she is both judge and jury. A child of apartheid, Judge Masipa became a social worker, then crime reporter, a lawyer, and now judge in this, the High Court. Late in the trial, an extraordinary testimony was stopped cold. A proper inquiry, as the prosecution requested a psychological evaluation of Pistorius. If ruled mentally incompetent, the trial would have been over. Forensic psychiatrist Alexander Sasha-Bardet monitored the case.
The results of the examination indicated that Oscar Pistorius was not suffering from a mental illness or disease.
Game on, as the trial and the drama heightened, pressure built. The superstar who had seemed indestructible seemed ready to explode. Out on bail, he'd get into a shoving match at a Johannesburg nightclub. Oscar's supporters worried the man who was such a force of life might attempt suicide.
You know exactly. You fired at Reva.
Talented, beautiful, and only 29 years old.
I think the way that you go out is so important. You either made an impact in a positive way or a negative way, but just maintain integrity and maintain class and just always be true to yourself. And I'm going to miss you all so much. And I love you very, very much.
With today's extraordinary verdict, reaction was swift and passionate.
I'm completely astounded. Disbelief.
Why?
Because it is so different from what I thought would be an open and shut issue.
How did you feel emotionally that Oscar's your friend?
Well, from that point of view, I was relieved for Oscar. I think this was definitely a best-case scenario for Oscar.
Late today, new photos were released. Oscar, the night of the crime, stunned and bloody. The verdict is in. Oscar remains out on bail until sentencing, which will come in about a month. The legal battle is far from over.
He was very controlling. It was definitely emotional, total manipulation. It was very abusive.
You have a great feeling of invincibility that you can basically do anything you want, and you're going to get away with it.
Sweet, spicy, savory.
savory. Enjoy it all, because Red Lobster's one and only endless shrimp is now. Endless choices, endless variety. Check it out with our spicy new wood-grilled sriracha shrimp. And it's back, Parmesan-crusted shrimp scampi. They use the largest variety of shrimp flavors. So many to explore. As much as you like, any way you like, endless shrimp is here. But not for long, so hurry in and see food differently.
Kohl's Super Saturday is here. Run into Kohl's this Saturday and shop over 100 early bird specials. Find Apartment 9, Jumping Beans Playware, and the Keurig Elite K45 brewer. All winning Kohl's cash. It's Super Saturday. Find your yes.
This is Charlie. His long day of doing it himself starts with back pain and a choice. Take 4 Advil in a day, or just 2 Aleve for all day relief.
Honey, you did it.
She's the world's most courageous surfer.
I lost my arm to a tiger shark.
Taking on a new challenge. Catch the Amazing Race on its new night, CBS Friday, September 26th.
This season is gonna be awesome. I'm gonna be best friends with that guy and that guy. We're gonna work so hard, our moves will have moves. I'm gonna make my mom proud. We're going all the way. But I only get to play if my coaches are heads-up football certified.
Hi, I'm Oscar State tonight. You needed a date to the last minute, so it's like Reva, just throw your stuff together, come and be my date.
Reva Steenkamp and Oscar Pistorius seemed like the kind of couple dreams are made of.
People saw them and thought, wow, they're both so attractive.
Mark Seal of Vanity Fair magazine and a 48 Hours consultant has written about the trial of Oscar Pistorius that is captivating the world.
They were like stars.
It was the story of a man who overcame incredible disability and then met an incredibly talented, beautiful woman, fell in love, and then tragedy struck.
The tragedy runs so deep because Oscar Pistorius ran against the wind from his birth in 1986. Ran so fast, came so far, born without fibula bones.
When I was 11 months old, I had both my legs amputated, and then when I was 13 months, I got my first pair of walking legs.
His walking legs would soon take Oscar around the world, but the inspiration started with his mother Sheila, who set the tone that allowed her child to become a champion. Years later, he shared the memory with Jay Leno.
My mother just said to me in the morning, so Oscar, you put on your prosthetic legs, the last I want to hear about it. You know, there's no disability in our family.
His mother told him that the real loser is not the one who crosses the finish line last. The real loser is the one who sits on the side and doesn't try to compete.
She became ill and she passed on suddenly.
With his mother gone and estranged from his dad, 15-year-old Oscar turned to Mike Azzi as a father figure.
He's always been a wonderful boy.
To Oscar, he's Uncle Mike.
There's never a conversation that's ever ended without one of the parties saying, I love you.
Nearly 9,000 miles away from South Africa, here in Fort Smith, Arkansas, we found a man who knew Oscar Pistorius before he became an international icon.
He was around 14 years old and was jumping over hurdles. I was like, why would you do that? And he was just, there's no, why not?
Francois van der Walt, back then living in South Africa, sensed the determined boy needed better than his battered legs.
He was wearing what we call exoskeletal prosthetics, which is pretty much wooden prosthetics, and pretty primitive. It is very primitive.
Together, Francois and Oscar decided to give Oscar the legs to match his heart, the wings he needed to fly. They called them blades.
He wanted to be fast. He wanted to be a runner.
Oscar Pistorius took off.
God had a plan when he gave me these legs. I don't see myself as disabled.
The Blade Runner was born. The world had never seen anything like it.
He became half man, half machine with the gait of a cat and was able to run on these blades and not only run, but to win.
Pistorius would win races around the world and became an iconic symbol to his country and to the disabled community everywhere.
He set the track on fire. It was the most amazing thing.
Samkelo Radebe, who lost his hands in an electrical accident, was Oscar's teammate.
And so he was never a star in the team, but he was always just one of us. He's just one of the teammates.
London 2012.
Oscar Pistorius wins it for South Africa.
Marked achievements like no other.
This was history. That's it.
Oscar and Samkelo competed in the Paralympics for the disabled and won gold.
All of us were hugging.
There was also a very different type of victory, a legal one.
This day is going to go down in history for the equality of disabled people.
The little boy with no legs won the right to compete in the Olympic Games against the best able-bodied athletes in the world. While he didn't win an Olympic medal, the world crowned Oscar Pistorius 100% champion.
Just being able to come out here and represent my country has been very, very humbling for me.
But in the swirl of international attention, staying humble was a challenge for Oscar Pistorius, superstar.
Well, congratulations on the Olympics. It's pretty amazing.
Some said I would never walk. I said, bring it on.
So everywhere you look, this is my track. They're just visitors. There was Oscar. Oscar, Oscar, Oscar.
Hi, my name's Reva, and I'm a
Beautiful and smart, model and aspiring actress Reva Steenkamp was part of the celebrity society Oscar had run his way right into.
And everybody just said, wow, you know, who is that? Who is that woman?
Modeling was now leading,
and we were in Jamaica this year,
to a reality TV show. Reva modeled from age 14, but she would also study law. Ambitious, compassionate, politically aware.
She and her mother were longtime advocates of women suffering violence and domestic abuse.
Just 4 days before she was shot dead, Reva was tweeting, "Speak out against rape in South Africa. Hashtag rape, crime, say no."
She is the most amazing human being.
Gina Myers and Reva became roommates and best friends.
Everything about her belief system, the integrity she had.
She was a rising star of tremendous magnitude.
Just like Oscar Pistorius.
Oscar's a very, very sexy boy.
It wouldn't take long for the two supernovas to find each other.
He doesn't do it in like an arrogant, obnoxious way. He's a gentleman.
He was definitely in love.
But where some saw a magical couple, others saw an Oscar Pistorius changed by fame.
People said he went from the humble, friendly, lovable Oscar to Oscar the Invincible.
He was always still the same Oscar that I knew him the first time I met him.
Except for one crucial thing. Oscar was now afraid. Not of the competition on the track, but of the crime celebrity can attract.
And when I visited him and stayed at his house, and he turns on the alarm system and he tells me, I'm sleeping with my 9mm next to my bed.
With his gun?
With his gun, yes.
2 weeks before Oscar Pistorius shot Reva Steenkamp to death, the glittering couple had dinner with their good friend Jen Sue.
We had a great, great night. Oscar was just different with Reva. Reva was for keeps.
Oscar Pistorius, the golden boy, always had a woman on his arm. Just before Reva, there was Samantha Taylor, with a look that was strikingly similar.
She's just really laid back and she understands some of the demands that I have, and it makes my life a lot easier spending time with someone.
Sam was only 17 when they met. Oscar 24. Life was instantly glamorous. A reality show. Photographers. For 2 years, Sam and Oscar were an item. Now 20, Samantha and her mother Trish Taylor sat down to tell us what life was like with Oscar Pistorius. They met at a rugby match.
Our relationship happened quite fast.
He was very charming and respectful.
How did you feel about this, Trish? I mean, in a way, her first big love, really.
Yeah, I was happy with it. They were happy together, and he would come to our place quite often. We had some really fun times with Oscar. We had some great, great times with him. We loved each other so much. He treated her well. He treated her with respect.
But Oscar soon became complicated.
I started noticing within about 3 months of our relationship, he got very agitated quickly.
What set him off?
A lot of things that usually wouldn't set someone off. If we fought about something that I was wearing, I would have to go change. He was very controlling. He always wanted to know where I was, who I was with. If he didn't believe me, he would phone my family.
And if she was somewhere where he didn't want her to be, then all hell broke loose.
He would ask me to send photos of what I'm wearing. He would think I'm out partying, so I'd have to send him a photo.
It was definitely emotional, total manipulation. It was very abusive.
Did you advise her to leave him?
I didn't. I didn't want to be the one to say, this has got to end forever, because does it ever end forever if a mother does that?
Another issue for Trish was Oscar's preoccupation with guns.
I hated the guns. I don't like guns.
He definitely had an obsession with guns, so he was always at the shooting range, always with his boys, either racing cars or shooting.
I think as time went on, we became used to the gun, which was crazy.
There were 2 times where I did hide his gun from him because I did feel very feared. He was kind of like, where's my gun? I need my gun. I can't go to bed without the gun. And I just thought, you know, if there's a gun around, anything can go wrong. So I just prevented it as much as I could.
Sam was a witness for the prosecution at Oscar's murder trial. She testified about his recklessness with guns, describing one incident when Oscar and a friend were pulled over for speeding. Then minutes after, they drove away.
Oscar got very angry. About 2 minutes after, I saw Oscar take his gun and shoot out of the car roof.
But the day that it actually happened, Sam told her mom about the incident. Nobody said a word.
I think I was living in fear, because we thought at that stage that Oscar was like the golden boy. So even though we could have spoken out about him, I think that we would have come out as these ridiculous people trying to cause trouble, and I don't think anyone would have taken note of it.
By the summer of 2012, with Oscar's historic race against able-bodied Olympians looming, the pressure mounted. Oscar leaned more and more on Trish for support.
I mean, people were phoning me and crying on the phone. Sometimes it was daily.
Did you suggest he goes and has therapy?
Yeah, a lot of times. I begged him on numerous occasions to go for counselling, and he always promised to. And he just never did.
What did he need help for?
His behaviour. He was just past. His everything. You know, I don't think he ever came to terms with losing his mom. I think it was a huge thing in his life. I think he was, in so many ways, a little boy that needed to be cared for. And he had never grown out of that. And in other ways, he could conquer the world.
Just before Oscar was to leave for the Olympic Games in London, he made a stunning call to Trish.
He didn't want to go. The day he was meant to fly, he phoned me and he said, I'm not going. I'm not going to the Olympics. And then he was just sobbing and sobbing and sobbing.
He was quite childlike.
Very childlike. Very, very childlike, yeah.
Why did you stay with him for so long?
I think beyond our imperfections and our fights and arguments, we loved each other so much.
Sam rode the highs and lows with Oscar, till there were acts of betrayal she could not forgive. First with the glamorous Russian model Anastasia Kozysova.
He needed a date to the last minute.
And then one evening, Sam looked up at the TV and saw Oscar with Reeva Steenkamp.
I was heartbroken, definitely. I mean, you sorting out your relationship with someone and he's on screen with another beef. And we just never contacted each other again.
What were your thoughts when Reeva Steenkamp was shot and killed?
I was devastated.
before I knew thought.
Did you believe his story that he shot her thinking she was an intruder?
It's so difficult to say.
I did not find a dreamer.
All I can say is that by the time Oscar was out of our lives, I believed nothing he said anymore. Absolutely nothing.
Did you think when you heard that it was Reva who was shot that it could have been you?
Yes, definitely.
If you could see him now, what would you say to him?
I did see him in court, and he made eye contact with me, and the first feeling was I needed to look after him, I needed to protect him. But then the next day, the very next day, he got on the stand, and after sort of trying to reach out for me in a way, he stood there with a straight face and said, Samantha Taylor is a liar. And I thought, that is just him. That is just him. He won't put anyone down. He's got no scruples.
This is Oscar Pistorius' bathroom where he fired those 4 shots that killed his girlfriend, Reva Steenkamp. We've been allowed a rare look inside Oscar's home. I must admit it's a little unnerving finally being here.
Mama Sherman and the Legion of Superfans. Not settled yet?
He's looking!
Their mission, to get Richard Sherman his Campbell's Chunky Soup.
Hi, baby!
Hi, Mama!
Hey, Nico!
Wow.
It's new chunky beer and cheese with beef and bacon soup.
Beer.
Cheese!
Bacon. I love it.
And Mama loves you.
It fills you up right.
Want proof that Pantene makes your hair healthier all the way to the end? Put Pantene to the test. Watch. When hair loses protein, it splits and fails the needle test. But with Pantene, the Advanced Pro-V formula helps prevent protein loss and stops split ends before they start. So your hair passes the test with ease. Put Pantene to the test. For hair so healthy, you shine.
Hi, can I help you?
I'm looking for a phone plan. It has to be a great one, and I don't compromise.
Okay, how about 10 gigs of data to share, unlimited talk and text, and you can choose from 2 to 10 lines.
Wow, sounds like a great deal. So, I'm getting exactly what I want then.
Appears so.
Now, I'm not too sure what to do with my arms right now, because this is where I usually start throwing things.
Oh, that's terrifying.
AT&T's best ever pricing. 2 to 10 lines, 10 gigs of truly shareable data, unlimited talk and text, starting at $130 a month.
The constipation and belly pain feel tight, like a vice. How can I ease this pain?
When I can't go, it's like rocks piling up. I wish I could find some relief.
Ask your doctor about Linzess, a once-daily capsule for adults with IBS with constipation or chronic idiopathic constipation. Linzess is thought to help calm pain-sensing nerves and accelerate bowel movements. It helps you proactively manage your symptoms. Do not give Linzess to children under 6, and it should not be given to children 6 to 17. It may harm them. Don't take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right. Other effects include urinary pain and swelling. Bottom line, ask your doctor about Linzess today.
Last year, Survivor pitted husband against wife, brother against brother, daughter against mother. Wednesday, September 24th, Survivor is doing it again. Blood versus Water. Season premiere Wednesday, September 24th.
Sunday night will never be the same.
Do something is gonna die.
The season premiere of CSI on its new night, CBS Sunday, September 28th. September 2005. CBS premiered the most frightening hour on television, Criminal Minds. This fall,
Yes, Tucker.
we're doing it again. Stalker premieres after Criminal Minds, CBS Wednesday, October 1st.
I have terrible nightmares about things that happen at night where I wake up and I can smell blood. I kept on shouting for Reva to phone the police.
We've just driven into Silverwoods Estate in Pretoria, South Africa. This is an exclusive, gated upmarket community that prides itself on state-of-the-art security, and we're driving to the former home of Oscar Pistorius. A home Oscar was forced to sell to pay for his mounting legal fees. This is number 286 Bushwillow Street. When you enter, it's like any private luxury home around the world, with one crucial difference. It will always be remembered as the place where Oscar Pistorius shot and killed his girlfriend, Steenkamp. The house has been empty and only recently sold for $450,000. It's now being prepared for its new owners. I'm standing in Oscar's bedroom, located on the second floor of his house, and whilst the place is empty, it's chilling to be right here where he and Reva were sleeping on Valentine's Eve 2013.
I heard this noise. I interpreted it as being somebody was climbing into the bathroom. I grabbed my firearm from underneath the bed.
Gun in hand, Oscar made his way down this narrow corridor connecting his bedroom to the bathroom. It's a surprisingly long walk. Imagine even more so in complete darkness when all this happened 18 months ago. He then turned the corner and later told the court that he shouted to Reva to call the police before firing 4 shots through his locked bathroom door. The bullet holes are still in the wall.
So I was still busy checking the bathroom, and then I heard...
In this video, the defense had Oscar reenact his movements as part of their research. Pistorius, in another house, demonstrated what that night was like without his prosthetic legs as he made his way to the bathroom. Oscar told the court he went back to this bedroom to put on his prosthetic legs and get a cricket bat. He then returned to the bathroom to break down the door. It was then, he told the court, he found Reva slumped over the toilet. In that same video, Oscar's sister played along with Reva. Oscar shows how he picked her up and carried her out of the bathroom. Oscar Pistorius told the court he made his way down this hallway from his bedroom and then walked down these stairs, 18 in all, carrying Reva's lifeless body to the landing below and leaving blood stains everywhere. Blood that left a permanent stain on the floor. After 18 months of covering this trial, I must admit it's a little unnerving finally being here.
I'm completely astounded. I don't see negligence in what he did. I see a reckless disregard for taking the life of another human being.
The people that I think are at greatest risk to snap are those full-blown narcissists. That lack of fear allows them to do things that other people don't.
There were so many warning signs of Pistorius' volatility. What could have been done to help him? Chat now on Twitter and Facebook.
Gorgeous dreams after service. Right, not left. Oh, that's interesting. What's going on here?
Would you like to try some hot cereal?
Special K Nourish hot cereal. Special K? Wow. Wow. Made with superfoods. Superfoods sound good to me.
There's quinoa, barley.
I can definitely taste the quinoa. Good. I can't believe that's almost 300 calories.
To help you truly
This
shine.
is the way to be good to me.
Nurturing yourself. What will you gain?
Do you have something for pain?
I have Bayer aspirin.
I'm not having a heart attack. It's my back.
I mean Bayer Back and Body. It works great for pain.
Bayer Back and Body provides effective relief for your tough pain.
Better?
Yeah. Thanks for the tip.
Even Ragu users chose Prego Traditional over Ragu Traditional.
Prego? But I buy Ragu. I wonder what other questionable choices I've made.
Choose taste. Choose Prego.
I will light up every room I walk into.
Olay presents the Regenerist Luminous Collection. Renew surface cells to even skin tone. In just 2 weeks, see pearlescent luminous skin. Regenerist Luminous. Olay, your best beautiful.
I will always be brilliant. Never dull.
New Olay Regenerist Luminous Facial Oil with 9 lightweight oils that seal in moisture for luminous skin day or night. The perfect accessory to your luminous collection. Olay, your best beautiful.
Switch your whole family to Sprint. You'll only pay $100 a month for unlimited talk and text and 20 gigabytes of high-speed data to share for only $100 a month for the whole account. That's double the high-speed data of AT&T, Verizon, and T-Mobile. And to make it easier, we'll even buy out your whole family's contract. The Sprint Family Share Pack. Up to 10 lines for $100 a month. Simply put, it's the hottest deal in wireless. Come into a Sprint store today.
Their first fight was just the beginning. Mayweather versus Montana 2 tomorrow, live on Showtime pay-per-view.
Hey guys, get smart. I can't think like you.
Jones. 4 p.m. CBS Monday, September 22nd. CBS Friday, September 26th. Is your destination for great drama.
You got your attention now or what?
Get in on the action with Hawaii's hottest detectives and New York's top cops.
We get paid to keep the peace.
We should do this again. You make a great team.
The season premieres of Hawaii Five-0 and Blue Bloods. CBS Friday, September 26th. Survivor, Blood vs. Water. Season premiere Wednesday, September 24th.
I've been driving a Lincoln since long before anybody paid me to drive one. I didn't do it to be cool. I didn't do it to make a statement. I just liked it.
Call it heads.
So, we choose chicken tenders.
Now let's have a nice, clean shopping trip.
Friends. Football. Food.
First down.
Kroger can help you save on all the game day favorites you need to feed your home team.
Great for grilling. Strip steaks are just $4.99 a pound in the Super Value Pack. And a 3-pound bag of clementines is $3.99. Great food, low prices at Kroger.
Smart, relevant, original storytelling. CBS 11 News.
The headline says it all. Oscar Dodsbuller, with a guilty verdict of culpable homicide and not guilty of premeditated murder, Judge Masipa said her decision was based on Oscar Pistorius' state of mind.
You killed him. You shot and killed him. Then I believe that there was a threat that was on my life.
The version of the accused was that he fired shots at the toilet door. The conduct of the accused shortly after the incident is inconsistent with the conduct of someone who had intention to commit murder. He shouted for help. He called 911. He called security. He was seen trying to resuscitate the deceased, and he was distraught.
I think the verdict was one I would classify as discipline.
Judge Robert Holdman served on the New York State Supreme Court.
I think from her perspective, maybe not from the court of public opinion, but from her perspective, she believed Oscar Pistorius' version of the facts, his viewpoint, that he did not know that that was her, and he did not intend to kill anyone.
Is it your defense that
The judge's ruling was a crushing blow to prosecutor Harry Nell's case.
you fired after you? These other versions of yours cannot work.
This is an example of a defendant getting the benefit of the state not proving their case beyond a reasonable doubt.
Defense attorney and CNN legal analyst Mark O'Mara successfully defended George Zimmerman, not guilty, of the fatal shooting of unarmed teenager Trayvon Martin.
What she said to Pistorius with her verdict,
He is found guilty of culpable homicide.
was you're responsible because you caused the death in a negligent way. You should have avoided it, you could have avoided it, and you didn't.
It comes as a major surprise to me, the judgment.
Dr. David Katzo, who specializes in forensic science, strongly disagrees with the judge.
Given the circumstances, given the fact that he admitted to firing the 4 shots, I can't see how she can escape the conclusion that he intended to kill somebody behind that toilet door.
So she's made an error.
I think so. But I can tell you this, that every single person in a legal capacity I've spoken to many in the last 24 hours, has expressed extreme surprise at the outcome of this trial.
Your reaction, Mr. Pistorius?
The judge rejected the prosecution claims the couple argued that night.
I think she completely disregarded all of the neighbors' testimony, saying they were all wrong. She said they all got their information wrong.
Neighbors testified they heard crying and screaming.
The screams that I heard before was petrified, the female screams. But just before the gunshot, it was blood curdling. It was something that leaves you cold.
Was the crying soft, loud?
The crying was like,
They simply related what they thought they heard. The evidence of witnesses must be rejected in its entirety.
And the judge didn't believe Oscar's excitable tones in court could have been mistaken for a woman's screams.
I screamed and said, "Get the out of my house! Get the out of my house!"
Ultimately, Judge Masipa accepted defense attorney Barry Rue's description of the Blade Runner as a vulnerable, anxious man.
You're a little boy without legs. You experience daily that disability, that you cannot run away, that constant reminder, I do not have legs. I am not the same. That's within he can pretend.
Reva's family listened to the painful details as Oscar tearfully told the court he heard a noise in the dark and feared for his life.
I thought that there was a burglar that was gaining entry into my home, and then I heard a noise from inside the toilets. Before I knew it, I'd fired 4 shots at the door. My ears were ringing, I couldn't hear anything. And I sat over Reva and I cried. And I don't know how long I was there for.
However, the judge told the court, even with a disability, his actions were not justified.
Many have been victims of violent crime, but they have not resorted to sleeping with firearms under their pillows.
The judge dismissed the text messages exchanged between Oscar and Reva as proof of where their relationship stood.
In my view, none of this evidence, from the state or from the defense, proves anything.
But in the end, one of Reva's text messages read in court left a lasting and haunting impression. I can't be attacked by outsiders for dating you and be attacked by you, the one person I deserve protection from.
If this is a seminal moment for domestic violence and the way we handle it as a society, then that's not a burden for us to be that poster boy.
This is Paul. This is Paul's office. For those who believe a serious job doesn't have to feel so serious. One-a-day men's vitamins, the key nutrients of B vitamins, which help convert food to fuel. It's not just a gum, it's a complete multivitamin.
Love drama? Go on a first date.
My passion is puppetry. Here? I think we're done here.
Hate drama? Go to Cars.com. Research, price, fine. Only Cars.com helps you get the right car without ever drama.
Olive Garden wants to know what unsuspecting foodies think of our new lasagna fresca.
So delicious. I guess fresca is the right word for it.
It might be the best lasagna I've ever had.
That is amazing.
Our new lasagna fresca is sure to surprise at Olive Garden.
Looks like we're about to board.
I'm just comparing car insurance rates at Progressive.com.
Is that what they show the other guys' rates to? Cool.
Yeah.
Hi.
Who's ready for the golf festival?
This guy.
Bringing our competitors' rates to you. Now that's Progressive. Good luck, sweetie. I love you. I love you too. Go get her, Gracie. Grow up so fast. My bad. Like a
just part of your family. Look for nutritious dairy brands with a real California seal.
She's gonna be done at noon.
In fact, every time you take Advil, you're taking the medicine doctors recommend most for joint pain. More than the medicine in Aleve or Tylenol, the medicine in Advil is the #1 doctor recommendation for joint pain. Relief doesn't get any better than this. Advil.
Julianne Moore is The Good Wife. Season premiere Sunday, September 21st.
Yeah. Called around for auto insurance quotes, and it seems like they're all the same.
If you want a company that feels different the very first time you call, then try Amica.
There has to be something better.
Our whole company is dedicated to great customer service and helping you save money. For example, you can save up to 25% when you insure more than one car with Amica.
Hey, why don't you call Amica? That's a great company.
Yes, listen to that guy. Simple guy. Well, why don't we try it?
Amica.
Call Amica now for your free, no obligation quote.
She's got it. She's got it. They got it. Want it?
Definitely.
Gotta go to Ross.
It's the Ross Fall Fashion Event. The latest styles from head to toe at unbeatable savings. Like this outfit, $119 at department stores, but at Ross, you'll pay less than $54.
She's got it. They got it. Want it?
Who doesn't?
Gotta go to Ross.
The Ross Fall Fashion Event on now.
Ours is a world of passengers. The railroads. The transfers. The co-pilots. All sitting, trusting, waiting for a safe arrival. Introducing the all-new Subaru Legacy, designed to help the driver and you care for the passenger in bed. The Subaru Legacy. It's not just a sedan, it's a Subaru.
How low temperatures go tonight and any rain for your weekend. That's Ed.
Athletes and experts know that this
And the Blade Runner has set the world record.
can change a person, for better or worse.
You get treated differently. You get more things handed to you. And the fact sometimes to Mike Golick.
Mike Golick, who played defensive tackle for 9 NFL seasons, understands the seduction of adulation firsthand.
You have a greater feeling of invincibility that you can basically do anything you want and you're going to get away with it.
Golick now hosts ESPN Radio's Mike and Mike.
I love Peyton Manning. He's one of the greatest
With his co-host, sports journalist Mike Greenberg.
I think that era of invincibility comes not just from physical dominance when you're playing, but also from the feeling that whatever happens, someone's going to take care of it. Because I'm me, I'm special.
Not just special, but immune from or above the law. Football player Ray Rice, who was shown dragging his unconscious fiancée from an elevator on this videotape, was almost forgiven by his fans and his employers until this videotape was aired on Monday.
Here we are again, dealing with the same issue of violence against women.
Rice has been fired by the Baltimore Ravens, who lost all of his endorsement deals, and he's now suspended indefinitely by the NFL.
What can we do going forward is pray that this was a moment in time that changed everything.
This crime, like Oscar Pistorius' shooting of Eva Steenkamp, has caught the world's attention and once again linked athletes with violence in the public's mind.
People often talk about athletes being a violent population.
Mitch Abrams, a sports psychologist, is the author of Anger Management in Sport.
They're more likely to be involved in criminal behavior, and really no research to support that. But the perception also is, well, these guys are almost mental cases on the field, and they can't shut it off the field, so we expect the gun charges, and we expect the abuse charges.
Abrams says frequently athletes are their own worst enemies, too proud when faced with taunts or challenges on or off the field to just walk away.
The people that I think are at greatest risk to snap are those full-blown narcissists. The ones that are so full of themselves. Where does it start from? Someone took a shot at your manhood. How hard is it to walk away? It's very difficult to walk away. it's very difficult when you get in that mode and that mindset to turn it off. And unfortunately, that's what can get a lot of guys in trouble.
Sports is a microcosm of society. There are men out there who commit horrible acts when they put their hands on a woman. There are some of them who are professional athletes, and those wind up at the top of the newscast.
Simpson, a former pro football star, was charged today with a double murder.
I think that when we talk about professional athletes, we should be comparing them to celebrities, not to the average Joe.
Athletes attract the same kind of attention as other celebrities, sometimes the wrong kind of attention.
How vulnerable are these guys to attacks on themselves?
I think, judging from their own actions, they feel very vulnerable.
And sometimes they are vulnerable. Sean Taylor, a player for the Washington Redskins, was shot and killed in his own home in 2007.
Taylor was shot when he confronted an intruder.
Oscar Pistorius has said he slept with his gun because he was afraid of a home invasion.
Yeah, I believe that there was attracted to Samala.
You can have a whole separate argument of whether that's a good idea or a bad idea. But I think that, forget about what they say. Let's look at what they do. These guys are carrying guns, and they're not doing it for no reason.
I did not fire.
Often fear is part of fame. Arrogance can be too. And arrogance can convince an athlete that off the field, he doesn't have to play by the rules.
The grief of losing Reva, I'm sure there's not a minute of every day that passes where he doesn't think about her.
How do you know your kids will love Campbell soup? Well, it's been the #1 soup in America for 4 generations. Some things just run in the family. Campbell's good for 4 generations. Back to school, time to stock up on the soups that are always good. Campbell's.
Cold Super Saturday is here. Run into Kohl's this Saturday and shop over 100 early bird specials from 8 a.m. to around PM. Find flirty sophistication with apartment 9, 50 to 60% off. And accessorize with Chase's jewelry, 35 to 50% off. I'm Duck and Beans Playwear. Walk out with new shoes and boots for the family at 40 to 50% off. And brew the perfect house with the Keurig Elite K45 brewer, all learning Kohl's Cash. It's Super Saturday. Find your yes. Kohl's.
Of all the things that happen on your counters,
Dad?
Namaste. Disinfecting should be one of them. Clorox Disinfecting Wipes.
Someone's kidnapped my wife. Find out who did this.
The murder took your wife.
They've done this before.
And they're going to do it again.
You dealt with situations like this.
Not like this. A rock among the tombstones. Rated R.
What if there was a credit card where the reward was that new car smell and the freedom of the open road? A card that gave you that I'm 16 and just got my first car feeling. Presenting the Buy Power card from Capital One. Redeem earnings toward part or even all of a new Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, or Cadillac with no limits. So every time you use it, you're not just shopping for goods. You're shopping for something great. Learn more at buypowercard.com.
The season kicks off Saturday with Georgia and South Carolina. The SEC on CBS. College football at its best.
We have a problem. Drone images just show fire and rubble. We need to take direct action.
What's the protocol?
I'm not big on protocol. I came here to do the job that you said only I could do. Let me do it.
On September 23rd, a machine created to protect our lives, always watching, has decided to take over our world. Artificial intelligence.
This is war.
Cycle Times. 5A Prison of Interest. Season premiere. CBS Tuesday, September 23rd.
The verdict is in, the trial is done. The story is far from over. We still have to wait for the actual sentencing.
We still don't know all the technicalities of what that culpable homicide verdict will mean for him.
Oscar Pistorius is out on bail, awaiting a different decision on the personal price he'll pay for his crimes.
The range of sentencing is huge. It's essentially from 0 to 15 years.
Judge Masipa will be free to consider everything, from the events of that bloody Valentine's Day to the character and mind of the man.
At the sentencing phase now, the judge can consider a number of important factors, including his disability, including his life experience, his mother's experiences, and the impact that incarceration will have on an individual like Oscar Pistorius.
Will Pistorius go to prison? Legal experts think it likely.
My gut is that he'll probably get somewhere between 3 and 8 years.
I don't see negligence in what he did. I see a reckless disregard for taking the life of another human being.
Dr. David Clatso shared a building outrage over the verdict. The feeling that Oscar Pistorius had gotten off too easy.
Is justice served?
I don't think so. I think that there's a problem.
The problem stems from the South African culture of guns Oscar Pistorius embraced.
What about sending a message on the issue of domestic violence?
We have a huge incidence in this country of male on female violence and a lot of male on spouse violence. And this is not a good message to send across to the country.
That verdict hit Twitter like a bomb with the hashtag #JusticeForReva. The prevailing opinion, Pistorius got away with murder.
Well, he hasn't got away with it yet. We need to see what happens next. I can only continue to express extreme amazement.
Amazement has defined Pistorius, and today the child who courageously carved a legacy like no other won another victory.
On count 1, murder read, the accused is found not guilty.
But something else was now evident. The man who conquered his disabilities was destroyed by his demons.
For some, he'll always be Oscar Pistorius, the hero. But for others, he's Oscar Pistorius, the killer.
Long after the verdict was read, this story will likely resonate.
It has everything. Trauma, two young, attractive people, the gun culture of South Africa, and of course, Oscar Pistorius, Olympic hero.
Oscar Pistorius wins it for South Africa.
It's not going to change anything because my daughter's never coming back.
This day, the mother of a daughter shot dead, talking to an American television network, spoke for people around the world, as if to say, take the spotlight off the killer and remember my beautiful child.
We try to think about her immense talents, her warmth and sincerity. Reva was a person just full of goodness, and we try to continue to think about that in our memory.
Should the judge send Oscar Pistorius to jail? Chat now on Twitter and Facebook.
Is a real thing.
It changed my entire life.
Nate was a football star, and Lauren was a sassy girl.
They're always breaking up, getting back together.
The loss, the breakup, it's tweeted, it's Facebooked.
When they told me that they had found her body, I remember just bellowing, "Don't let me."
Many kinds of stories, big and small, they all affect you, one way or another. We always ask on every story, is it right? Is it fair? Is it honest? We're going to the original source, the people who know. And that's when we know we can report the facts.
The CBS Evening News with Scott Pelley, weeknights.
Dave's all new with Mindy Kaling, plus comedian Jake Johansson tonight.
คนเกาหลีパパイヤサラダビビンバ
とっても嬉しいわ。
みんな乗ってるから早く行きましょう。
少しぐらい待ってもらったら、あなた社長でしょ。あなた
もうเราไปเมื่อวันเป็นสโตน
あなた
อยู่ร้านซื้อกิมจิให้ผมลองกินโควิน
You know.
I knew if I pulled this trigger with a bullet, I was going to travel at 1,200 feet per second. Blowing all of that good baseball here, but killing you now.
ซาวเคอรี่ซุปของไทย
And taking that into account, I'm going to ask you again. Where's Annie?
You'll never see him again.
You kill her?
Is he dead? Is he dead?
If it was up to Kono, she could have bullied you right now. We'd be doing some right things.
I can confess to Adam's murder.
What do you want me to say? The truth. You killed him. I wanted Adam dead. But out of respect for his father, I let you go.
You're lying.
Am I? I helped Adam fake his death so he could disappear. If he's smart, he'll never show his face again. If you're smart, you'll let this go.
Yeah, copy that. Alright, Steve and Catherine took Shotgun to the drop point. They'll meet us at the plane. Hey.
I'm not going with you, Jane. Adam's alive. I'm going to find him.
Michael Oshimura's allies think Adam is dead. We won't have to run anymore. But if you go trying to look for him, you both become targets again.
You always told me to follow my heart. So I'm with you.
Be careful, right?
Relax. Hey, let him have his fun. I'll talk to you later.
Let me guess.
Danny's father bought himself a Porsche for his 60th birthday.
For that.
Oh, sweet. Nice.
Yeah, hey, for midlife crisis, isn't it?
Yo, don't forget to tell me how much you miss me. No, I thought it was Detective Williams. Yes, sir. Absolutely, right now.
You first.
Hey, Daddy.
What, you ready for school?
4 o'clock takes off.
Good morning, Mr. Grover. I got your face now, boy. You better get your ass to school.
Hey, don't dare me. You know they don't have this boy arrested.
Something like this gets out on the internet, Samantha. It can follow you for the rest of your life.
Oh my God, you're overreacting. I like him. Hey, I need help for school.
Use a pencil. It worked for me. I got a meeting to go to, and when I come back, we're going to discuss your punishment.
You still owe me an apology.
Not bad.
Yeah, why am I not surprised?
Why would you be surprised? Lieutenant Kelly told me about that stunt you pulled at the coffee shop.
Hey, I was just trying to tell your man that working with you is a quick way to die.
Set my team safety anywhere for that.
Hey, man, don't you ever pull a gun on me again. You think I'm just gonna forget about
Well,
that?
prove that. I either take down SWAT or let Captain Rollins die.
I said there's always another option, but I guess that's just your thing. You just do whatever the hell you want.
You don't like me, do you?
That's right.
Guess what? Calm down.
Yeah?
Yeah.
The governor is waiting.
All right, who wants to go first? Sir? Excuse me. Let's take Chase, gentlemen.
What I have here is a complaint filed by the head of SWAT against the head of 5-0. What the hell is going on?
Filed a complaint against me.
You brought that on yourself.
Governor, please. This complaint was filed in time.
Steve, put that down.
Rollins. Arrogant, out of control, irresponsible and reckless behavior that puts the public at risk.
See what I'm saying?
A danger to himself and others. You son of a bitch.
Enough.
I'm tossing the complaint. Starting right now, state's
This
clean.
is more than just a complaint, it's a problem. This is about the complete lack of accountability that allows this man's behavior to go unchecked.
Tell me how to do my job, Captain. Look, I have a full schedule and I don't have time to play principal. This is a small island. I expect you to play nicely together in our sandbox. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Steve?
Yes, sir.
Sure. Very good. From this moment forward, you will get along. And it starts you off on the right foot. You two are going to serve a warrant together. A 21-year-old up in Waimanalo has failed to pay several parking tickets. I want you to bring this man to the courthouse. Make sure he takes care of his family.
Parking tickets, sir.
Governor, please, with all due respect, anybody straight out of the academy can handle this.
He's right. Look at this.
You're already very on something. See to it.
There's more to ride in Hawaii than just waves. And when the 5-0 hit the road, heads are turning all over the island. Sponsored by Chevy, the official ride of Hawaii 5-0.
I was looking for my last night. What are they? Cake designs? Playlist?
Almost.
Playlist?
Almost.
You guys ever gonna put those down?
Malibu from Chevrolet. The first and only car company to bring built-in 4G LTE Wi-Fi to cars, trucks, and crossovers.
At Ragu, our mission is to make dinner more delicious. With 11 plum tomatoes in every jar, our sauce is richer, thicker, and more delectable than ever. And bursting with so much taste, it brings families together. Ragu, make dinner taste better. Godzilla, Nitrogen XD, or Blu-ray.
It's bigger, better, and back. Steak and unlimited shrimp from Outback. Hurry in for America's boldest steak. Plus, all you can eat garlic and herb or crispy shrimp for just $15.99. Unlimited shrimp. That's no rules, just right.
I had an opportunity to interview for this amazing job, and I immediately thought Burlington. They have great suits, shoes, bags, everything I needed at a really, really good price. I saved so much on the suit, and bought 3 outfits. I got my suit, and I got the job.
CBS brings you the best of even the best profits. The season kicks off Saturday with Georgia and South Carolina. The SEC on CBS. College football at its best.
Les May, this genius made a shocking announcement.
I need to leave.
And go where?
Now America's asking the question. Where in the world is Sheldon?
You can't take a trip like this by yourself.
Went over stranger danger and gave him that whistle.
It's television's biggest mystery on television's biggest premiere.
I'm ready to deal with any changes that come my way. Your hair is different. You changed your hair. I can't take you time out.
A new episode of Big Ben Theory on its Monday, September 22nd.
Hawaii Five-O, season premiere at CBS Friday, September 26th.
You coming?
Oh, I shotgun.
Neither do I. No, you blew 2 red lights on the way over here.
You should file another complaint.
Yeah, I would, except your boy Governor Denny would just tear it up, so what's the point?
Let's get this over with. Hello?
Well, she... Really? Well, I know you like to cut corners, but what kind of half-ass job was that?
Okay, I don't have time to play meter maid.
You're just gonna leave it.
Yeah.
Go protect, I'll serve. You know, there are a lot of good cops around here who started out doing menial tasks. They learn to walk a beat, learn to interact with people. They don't all just get handed a unit to them.
Yeah, I'm really sorry I missed that part. I'm a little busy fighting the Taliban.
Okay, hey. What are you, Pavlov's dog or something? That's Halo. My son plays it all the time.
Command of the Bravo team, eyes of the righteousness. The sun of the Navy ships kill.
Hey. Oh, you Ian, right?
Yeah, can I help you?
Hey, you've been served.
Yeah, I know the hell if I'm going to go.
Son, you failed to pay your parking fee. I'm going to place you on your list.
This is a joke, right?
No.
Your friend Vicente has from 5-0 to parking.
Not 5-0.
Okay? Can I just fail on?
You probably could have 3 months ago, right? We got the tickets, but I can see other. You slipped your mind.
All right, come on, enough chit-chat. Let's go.
Can I at least put a t-shirt on?
Yeah, please. I've seen enough shirtless wingers for one day.
No, your tactical approach is whack. No.
So is this some kind of new program to eliminate parking tickets? It just seems a little aggressive.
Take your time picking a shirt there, Ian. Take your time. That's disgusting. Okay, he's riding you.
Hey, you got XM bonuses?
You
got that trim?
This day just keeps getting better and better.
So, if I'm right with you, how am I getting out of here? Whichever one of Bravo teams comes to kill me. Well, none of them live in Hawaii.
Well, you're a smart kid, Ian. I'm sure you can figure it out. We gotta cut them off before they pin us down.
I'm going out the back. You carry the kid, all right?
It's happening. Today, more and more people with type 2 diabetes are learning about long-acting remedies. An injectable insulin that can give you blood sugar.
That was Hawaii 5-0. Channel 11. Now they would show something else. A blue blood or something. Maybe not yet. Anyway, it's 8:19 p.m. and I'm gonna turn this off. Oh yeah. Wait. I heard that music that I had in my head from yesterday, or last night. I thought it was from a game or something, maybe from YouTube. Turns out it was from YouTube. Some Thai video about cooking or something. For now I know about it. I just don't know the name yet. Anyway, I'll turn this off.